Design patents are particularly interesting because a lot of what you experience on Facebook is through a display. And so naturally, it's interesting to see what sort of design patents they filed, because what you're going to find out, what we're going to discover is that a lot of these design patents actually cover GUI-based interfaces. So I think you guys are going to find this content super, super useful, especially if you're anywhere related to the software space and are developing software products or related to in the software business, which is probably going to be a lot of you. The way to do it, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to uspto.gov menu and then patents, and then we're going to want to go to search. So we're going to go to get started, and then we're going to go to get started home and search for patents. Now, remember, there's two types of patents that you can search for. You can search for published patent applications and issued patents. Now, what's interesting about design patents is that they do not publish, okay? Design patents do not publish. They only issue as utility patents. So we're going to focus on just issued patents, and we're going to focus the subject of this show and possibly future episodes on just design patents. Now, the way you're going to go about searching is you're going to click on the advanced search, and what you're going to want to do, actually, I'm going to zoom into, the trick here is you want to search by assignee. So we're going to go ahead and search by assignee, and we're also going to be searching by design patents. Now, the trick for this is using the type code. So APT 4 is the design code for design patent, is the code for design patents. And if you didn't know that, that's totally fine, because there's a legend down here that actually explains to you how you can do these search queries. So again, if you scroll down, you're going to find AN is going to be down here, assignee name, AN. And then if you're looking for APT, you're going to find it right here, application type. Now, let's say, oh, hey, Amir, but I forgot, I didn't know that 4 was a number. How did I know? Well, just click on it and it'll take you to another page and it'll just tell you. So here's how you can find out. So if you're looking for utility patents, you would just do 1, design patents, you do 4. So back to the top, scroll back and get back to it. So we were searching. Again, we're looking for Facebook and we're looking for design patents. So let's do a search, see what comes up. And of course, a large number. So no surprise here. I'm kind of interested in seeing some of the earlier ones. So I'm going to click on go to the end and start backwards. Let's just start diving in, seeing what we find, seeing what sort of design patents they have issued. Again, remember, design patents last for 15 years. Let's take a look at their earliest design patent, at least as assigned to them. You can see here, this is the design patent down here. And if you click on images, you'll actually get to see the actual images of the design patent. This is probably very, very familiar to a lot of you guys. If you click on full pages, you can actually see the entire patent. So let's scroll down. Okay, so this is a classic design patent on the actual user interface, the web-based desktop interface. As you can see, so it's a GUI. And remember, broken lines are not part of the design, and that's stated clearly in the claim. The broken lines illustrating the display panel and portions of the GUI form no part of the claim design. So let's look at the design itself. Again, this is sideways, kind of hard to see. But here you go. Here's a zoomed in, and this right here, and it's this bar here, these lines here, and these logos here. So again, very interesting way that they actually went about to protect their actual interface. So, and again, what a lot of you are going to notice and notice right away is that, again, this is an older patent, so 2012. So 2012, that's quite a while ago. And I think one of the things that's really interesting is when you look at a whale like Facebook, what you're going to see also is that their design patents actually tell a story. And I think that's what we're going to be discovering as we go through the design patent portfolio. So I'm going to go ahead and click back. Let's check out what sort of design patents follow. So I'm going to guess that a lot of these are probably going to be very similar on the same vein. I know that just because of the title. Again, they changed the rule. It used to be 15 years now, or it used to be 14 years. Now it's 15. Interface. Let's click on full pages. So it looked like that last patent was focused more on the upper title bar. This one seems to incorporate aspects of the side. So these side icons to the left. So super fascinating. It's not just covering the top here, but it's also covering the news feed, the messages. But notice, it's not the text. It's not the text news feed. It's not the text messages. It's not the word photos. It's the actual icons, and it's how they are displayed and how they look on the screen. That's what's being protected by the design patent. So it's the ornamental features that are being protected. Okay, it's very interesting. It's also very interesting that some of their icons are also in dashed lines, meaning that they're not claiming those icons as a feature of the mark. So really, in reality, it looks like what's being covered here are just these upper, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or so icons. Again, their orientation and how they look on the screen. So let's see what other cool GUI-based design patents we see from Facebook. Let's see. So again, February 7, 2012. Again, really old guys. Obviously, their application looks very, very different now. Another interesting thing to look at is if you can look when it was filed. So February 3rd, 2010. And here the date of this patent is February 7, 2012. Very, very interesting. Another thing that indicates to me also is just goes to show the speed that you're able to get design patents through. It's a consideration as well. If you guys are in the software space, a quicker way that might also give you value is protecting the actual GUI, just like Facebook has done here. Okay, now we have a little more. So now it's almost like their GUI is going deeper and deeper into what their actual product looked like at the time. And again, this is also a 2012 patent. Later in the year, though, the prior ones were in February. This one's back in November. So let's look at the full pages, see what we see. Interesting, very interesting. Again, all the dashed lines, these are not parts of the actual what's being claimed. What's actually being claimed would be the search bar, these icons to the left, and then these boxes here that appear to represent images. So let's go back and see what else, other interesting Facebook design patents we can find. And again, these are early in the company. Well, I guess the company was already a few years in, but still it's early, relatively early. And again, this is 2013. So now we're moving forward in time. We see Zuck's is on this one. So this one, interestingly, is just covering the Facebook icon right here. Really, really interesting to see the choices that they made, what they decided to pursue design patents on. Display panel with graphical user interface. Let's see what this is about. Again, now we're later in 2013. This is October of 2013. And let's see what this is. Okay. So this looks like a status update. Take a look, guys. Remember, the text, these are all in dashed lines. What's actually being protected is what you see in the solid lines. So as they call it, this is a display panel. Okay, so this display panel is what we're protecting. Better view. These are sideways. And again, the add button, the add icon, just this box here within this other box. That's what's really interesting is the creativity that's injected by the practitioner and the ability to look at something and realize that there's other avenues of possibly protecting it. So again, kind of similar to what we saw before. And again, this one's interesting because this is, again, December 10th, 2013, so it's a little later. Display panel of a programmed computer system with a GUI and an animated GUI. Very interesting. Let's see what this is about. Cool, let's check it out. Full pages. This looks like another type of panel. Display panel, okay. So this to me looks like a post. So this is the GUI on possibly wall. Let's go back. Now, one thing I'll also note here is that a lot of these are named the same. So to me, that indicates that these are probably variations of the wall. Let's see if that's true. Yep, sure looks like that. Variations of the wall here. Confirming friend request. Okay, so this is a friend request, it looks like. Cool, let's check out what this is. Display panel of a programmed computer system with a GUI. Let's see what else we can find. Again, and then we have a whole slew now of additional designs with this very, very similar name. So be interesting to see. Okay, this is a little different. Okay, so this is the news feed. Okay, so now we're moving on to the news feed, it looks like. Again, it's super interesting to see this because it was way back in 2013. It's kind of funny to see the images that they decided to use for their design patent. Again, same name. So let's see, maybe it's just another variation on friend requests. Very interesting. This one's interesting because if you notice, what's not dashed is just the side panel. The side panel and then the actual word wall. So the word wall. And then this tab here, the three vertical bars. Again, this is all super useful if you guys are at all in the software space and are looking for more creative ways to protect your IP. And not only creative, but also cost effective, because what you're going to notice is that design patents tend to be easier to get. And if you noticed before, we had the wall where the wall was in solid. Now we're going to do photos. Okay. So I'm guessing, could be wrong, but probably there's going to be info and friends if we look at some of the other marks that have the same name. Let's see if my prediction's correct. Very wrong. I was very incorrect. So this is now, okay, so this is showing friends where you can search. It looks like you can search your friends. And again, what's solid is the friends button, and it looks like this friends icon to the left. It's also interesting to see which of the icons they actually think are important and are worth protecting in a design patent. And this really gives you a sense of that. Okay, so this is search for people. Okay, so this is a search panel. And again, if you look, really the only thing that isn't dashed are the icons and then these lines, these solid lines coming down. And here we have more panels. Looks like icons, more icons. It looks like here we have even less dashed lines. Again, looks like it's just this solid line here and then these 3 icons on the upper right. This is the last with that same name. It's kind of neat to see this, the same title ones, it's kind of along probably a similar pattern. It looks like this one's again focused on just, it's just focused on this chat icon here. Well, let's see what this one's about. Display screen with graphical user interface. So now we're in the mobile space and we're getting into how it actually looks on the phone. Again, here we have a like button. So the like button, now the word like looks like it's not, it looks like it's dashed, but the shares looks like it's dashed. But the like icon and the placement of these boxes here appear to be what is being claimed. Let's go back and take a look at one more display with graphical user interface. So again, this is probably another mobile application. Because again, like button to the right, and then these solid interface lines showing various parts of the GUI that are in fact being protected. So this solid line here, and then this lower line here, and then the like button. So again, super interesting. Stay tuned. We're going to show you guys more on Facebook design patents and how they actually use design patents to protect their GUI. A lot that you can learn. A lot of creativity that's allowed in actually protecting your software, not just on its structure and function, but also in how it looks and how it's displayed to the user, which is really, really valuable, because if you're in this industry and in this space, what you see is that the big whales always get copycats. And so having this sort of protection could actually be extremely valuable to your businesses and to what you guys are doing. So thanks for watching, and see you guys.